When is it the right thing to do the right thing? Now, I realize that may sound like a bit of a trick question because if I were to survey all of you, I'd be willing to bet that at least the majority of you would say it's always the right thing to do the right thing. And I would agree. I believe that is the case, that regardless of the circumstances, it is always the right thing to do the right thing. So I recently experienced a situation in which I was challenged to actually execute on this very principle. So I purchased some AirPods, or Apple AirPods, from Amazon, and I ordered them. I have a Prime membership. It was expected to have a 2-day delivery. I received an email after the 2 days saying that the package was delayed. It would likely be another day before the package would arrive. Okay, no big deal. The next day I received an email saying that it would likely be Monday after the weekend that I would receive the package. Okay, things happen. Monday I received an email saying that it was delayed yet again, and that if I didn't receive the package on Wednesday or by Wednesday, that I could request a refund. Wednesday comes around, I receive another email saying that the package was likely lost and asked that I would request for a refund, which I did. Requested the refund, I received the refund back in my bank account, and a couple days later, 2-3 days later, I ended up actually receiving the package, obviously. And one reaction could have been like, oh, sweet, free AirPods, right? No, because that's not the kind of person that I want to be. See, when we're encountered with a situation like this, we could say, oh, look how, that was just luck, right? I got free AirPods. That's how things work out sometimes. But when you predetermine the kind of person that you want to be, the kind of character that you want to consistently deploy, and the integrity that you want to maintain in your relationships and in your actions, these decisions become easier to make when you confront them on a regular basis. On a day-to-day basis, we all encounter situations where we are challenged to do the right thing or do something that we know is really not the best thing that we should do in that situation. And some of the points that were brought up to me when I was talking to some people about this, Amazon and Apple, like they're not going to miss the money from one set of AirPods. They're right. Like the companies aren't going to fold as a result of me not having paid for a pair of AirPods. The other thing is like, oh, they're never going to know if you don't tell them. Also probably correct. They wouldn't likely know unless I contacted them. Neither of these to me, though, are justifications to allow me to avoid maintaining my integrity. See, regardless of whether someone is watching or is aware or knows what is going on, I still know. And I have made that predetermined commitment to maintain my integrity in all situations, regardless of who is watching. And again, let me just kind of back up and emphasize the fact that I'm not trying to use this story as to say, like, look at me and look at I did the right thing, and that if you wouldn't have done the same thing, that you're some horrible person. That's not the case I'm trying to make. I'm simply trying to emphasize the point of if you predetermine and focus on the type of person that you want to be and the integrity that you want to maintain in your relationships and the actions that you take, these decisions become much more clear and easy to make when they arise. If you wait until the situation comes up and you haven't already determined the kind of person you want to be, these decisions become a lot muddier and more difficult to make, and much more difficult to make the right decision. But see, regardless of whether they would have ever known or whether they would have ever missed the money from the AirPods, that was irrelevant to me. So I contacted Apple or Amazon and I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I received these a few days later. I had already, received the refund. They were very grateful that I called and let them know, working with the customer service department, and they offered me a 25% off as a result of that. The other point about that is I wasn't looking for some they're gonna say, oh, go ahead and keep them for free, or we'll give you this discount. That wasn't why I did that or why I notified them. I wasn't expecting something in return. The point of contacting them was because I knew that that was the right thing to do. And that's what this all comes down to, guys, is in our relationships at work, in our relationships with our family and our friends, we're going to consistently be confronted with situations where we can do the right thing regardless of who's watching, or we can try to get away with things that we know that we could probably get away with. But you still know, and most importantly, God still knows what you're doing. And the kind of person that you want to be will leave a mark on other people, because even when you think someone may not be aware of that, people are aware and pick up on the kind of person that you are consistently demonstrating yourself to be. So I want to challenge all of you guys to always do the right thing, regardless of who's watching and regardless of whether or not you get something as a result of doing so.